Hello people, and welcome to Crypto Exposed. Ripple director confirms Mastercard, Blackrock and Franklin Templeton showing interest in the XRP ledger. Okay guys, let's get into it. Okay, so you love to see it guys, you absolutely love to see it. We're getting to that point where, you know, whatever the market's doing is whatever the market is doing, right? And obviously we would all love to have our life-changing wealth today, tomorrow, whenever, as soon as possible. But when you do look at what's actually happening, we're watching it unfold before our very eyes, and it's absolutely amazing to see, because I've talked about this for so long on my channel, like just crypto as a whole, with XRP definitely being included in that, about, you know, this technology being adopted for, you know, its utility reasons, and just seeing it where institutions are coming in and, you know, it being adopted for the reasons that it was supposed to be for. And, you know, the fact that we're actually watching it come true now, it's just surreal, because yes, we expected this to happen, but it still feels strange watching it happen, right? It's kind of like a bull run. Like, I've been in a bull run before, so I know how crazy a bull run is, but like, when you just start looking at your portfolio and you see it going up to the the kind of numbers that you see, it's still surreal to see, even though you know that's what a bull run is, like that's what you expect. But when you do actually see it unfold, like it's still very surreal and hard to really take in. But yeah guys, we're at that point now, and Monica Long, she had covered something recently when she discussed the whole thing with the Ripple and Aviva partnership, right? And she said, you know, they basically said to her, like, what would you describe this in like a few words? And she said, institutional adoption at scale. In a few words, that's how she would describe what's going on at the moment. And clearly you're seeing that. You've got here Mastercard, Blackrock, Franklin Templeton, all these behemoths showing interest in the XRP ledger. It's great to see. So let's get into it. Institutions exploring XRPL capabilities. During the discussion, the host referenced the presence of major names such as Visa, Mastercard, Blackrock and Franklin Templeton at recent XRPL focused events, asking directly whether they are showing interest in the XRP ledger. Tautman responded affirmatively. She stressed that the XRP ledger, since its inception in 2012, has supported cross-asset transparent payments. According to her, the XRPL was built specifically for financial institutions. She highlighted that the protocol includes several native features that appeal to enterprise users, including a built automated market maker in brackets AMM, native decentralized exchange in brackets DEX functionality, trust lines, ongoing product development, supporting compliance and KYC related needs. These built-in capabilities, she suggested, reduce friction for institutions seeking blockchain solutions that align with regulatory frameworks. Mastercard, Blackrock, Franklin Templeton in the XRP ecosystem. In recent months, Mastercard, Blackrock and Franklin Templeton have expanded into the XRP ecosystem through major partnerships with Ripple. In September 2025, Ripple partnered with Franklin Templeton and DBS to launch tokenized lending and trading solutions using tokenized money market funds and RLUSD. Ripple executive Nigel Kaku described the development as a breakthrough for institutional tokenization. He stated that combining a regulated stablecoin with a tokenized fund can improve liquidity and capital efficiency. DBS added that tokenized securities such as money market funds could enhance market liquidity and trust. That same month, Ripple and Securitize partnered to allow investors in Vanex's V-Bill fund and BlackRock's Biddle fund to swap their shares directly for RLUSD. The integration introduced always-on smart contract functionality, creating continuous liquidity for tokenized treasury funds. Ripple said the move advances its goal of connecting traditional finance with blockchain infrastructure. It gives investors a compliant and stable exit into RLUSD while maintaining access to on-chain yields. In November 2025, Mastercard partnered with Gemini and Ripple to pilot RLUSD stablecoin settlements for card payments on the XRP ledger. The company said the initiative marks a first for US-regulated banks using blockchain for transaction settlement. The project integrates regulated stablecoins into Mastercard's payment network, allowing banks to complete card transactions on a public blockchain, with Ripple supporting faster and more transparent settlement through XRPL. For XRP holders, this growing institutional interest supports the idea that XRP is not just a tradable asset, but also a bridge currency embedded in a blockchain designed for large-scale financial use. Yeah, absolutely agree here. So like this is where, you know, for the people who've been worried about XRP, you've got it here. Like the interest is there. Ripple are still fighting to get XRP adopted. They're still looking at XRP as it's their golden goose. Let's just be real. Like, yes, they have been selling XRP to fund their operations, but that's kind of the point. If they didn't have that, they wouldn't be able to buy their operations. And so, yes, if they can get XRP to be more valuable, it's going to be better for Ripple. They can buy more things. It will make them a more powerful company that will have more money available to them. They'll have more liquidity. So yes, they are going to continue to push for XRP to be adopted. And as you can see, you've got these huge companies here that are working with Ripple and utilizing XRP. And it's absolutely incredible to see. And this is why I keep saying, guys, like, don't worry too much about the price at the moment, because if you're looking at what's going on right now, everything seems to be going in the right direction. Now, once again, I can't guarantee what's going to happen, so please don't take my word for it as financial advice. But what I am saying is, for me personally, I'm not going to concern myself with the, you know, up and down price action right now, because what I'm seeing is institutional adoption. And when I'm looking at that, that's the kind of thing that I'm talking about where, you know, you start seeing cryptos get the real value they deserve at some point because they are being adopted on an institutional scale. Like, that's a huge thing. This is where it's being embedded into final infrastructure, as they say. Like, that's massive. So at some point, the value has got to reflect that, right? Now, I don't know how long that could take, and I can't guarantee that it will happen, but I would think it would. You know, I think that's a fair assumption to make if you're just going by the information that we do have available. You would think that at some point, these networks are going to be way more valuable because of the things that they have going on within their ecosystem, right? Of course. And, you know, I've shown you guys this many times before also, but just remember the whole thing of looking at, for example, like Microsoft or Amazon or Facebook. It's not like they just got their value straight away. You can look around at some of these companies that were around for many, many years before they ever started to get their real push up as stocks in terms of the value, right? So, you know, you could have been invested in Microsoft, I think it was in like 1989, and it wasn't until like around the 2000s that it really started to pick up its value and price. That's how long it really took. So I'm not saying it's going to take that long for crypto, but yeah, it may take longer than just right now. It might not necessarily be this year. I don't know. It could be sooner, it could be later. But the point that I'm making is I do believe it's going to come, because when you look at what these technologies are doing, what XRP can do, that is hugely beneficial for a lot of these companies. There's a reason why they're all interested. There's a reason why Mastercard, Blackrock, Franklin Templeton are looking at XRP. We know that. It's because crypto technology is great and it's going to change a lot of businesses for the better. So yes, they are going to utilize it. Of course they are. So I just think at the end of the day, the writing's on the wall here, in my opinion, unless something really bad was to happen that we, you know, wasn't aware of, like an unforeseen circumstance. All the information you need here to be comfortable about XRP's future is right there in front of you. You know, so that's why I have, you know, the same confidence as always. So real great stuff to see here. And obviously, if I do hear anything more about this, anything getting affirmed about, you know, the adoption, I'll be sure to let you guys know. Thank you very much for watching this. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. And hit that bell. Take care.